Let's welcome to the show Harvard Law Professor Emeritus Alan Dershowitz. Professor, great to see you again. Thank you so much. What do you make of President Trump's warning here to Hamas?
Well, it's the only thing that Hamas understands, but I think they're going to find every possible excuse for not returning all of the live hostages, because that's the only extortionate pressure that they have. If they return all of the live hostages, put aside for a moment the dead bodies, because there's no rush there. But if they don't immediately return the live hostages, then they still have leverage over the United States and over Israel. The minute they return all of the live hostages, they lose their leverage, except that the President of the United States has given them some guarantees, and Israel will abide by those guarantees. So I think we're going to see a lot of slow walking of the release of the live hostages. They're claiming already that they don't have all the bodies of the dead hostages. Okay, let them return all the live hostages, the bodies that they do have, and if there are several bodies that aren't returned, look, that can wait.
It's just
but
appalling.
Right now,
I mean, there are about 20, I think 20 hostages still alive. So, you know, Professor, so there's that. There's also this. What do you think? Will Tony Blair run Gaza? I mean, we got over a dozen governments and think tanks. They have plans for Gaza. But Tony Blair has serious plans for a new governing body for Gaza that he would run, the Gaza International Transitional Authority. This is the same model used for Kosovo or East Timor, and the Gulf states would pay for it. Gulf leaders reportedly support this. So does President Trump, apparently, and Jared Kushner. What do you say?
We need new ideas. The old ideas just didn't work. Blair did a good job in Northern Ireland. There have been some good jobs done in other parts of the world, but the Middle East is harder because, as President Trump says, it goes back 3,000 years. Look, Palestinians could have had a state in 1948 3 times the size of Israel and 3 times the size of what a Palestinian state would look like today. They turned it down. They turned it down every time they've been offered. They don't want a state. They just want there not to be a nation state for the Jewish people. The difference between Zionism and Palestinianism is Zionism was designed to build a state. Palestinianism is designed to destroy a state, to destroy the state of Israel.
We got to move on to the breaking news that, what do you make of former special counsel Jack Smith? Separate story. Tracking the private phone calls and communications for a dozen GOP senators for the January 6th probe. It includes Lindsey Graham, Josh Hawley, Ron Johnson, Marsha Blackburn. Is this a step too far?
Oh, much too far. Have obviously constitutional immunity of certain kind. Obviously, the telephone wasn't invented at the time of the Constitution, but the idea of special counsel intruding on private phone calls without, as far as I know, notifying the recipients of the phone calls, I think that does require congressional investigation. Jack Smith has disgraced himself in every possible way, and this just seems to add to the partisan obviously engaged.
Thank you, Alan Dershowitz. Thank you so much for being with us. Good to see you.